Hi, this is Carly with Blue Rhythm, and this channel is focused on living a lifestyle full of art and magic, and that just means living our life to the fullest in a way that we can express ourselves through poetry, visual arts, being fun and amazing, and magic, which is more of a spiritual practice, and for some it's not spiritual, but we can get into the details later. But what we are looking at is how magic helps us live our best life, and it's really a tool for wellness. In this video, we are answering the question, what is magic? There is a lot of confusion about magic, and especially for new people to practicing magic. And what makes it confusing is just misconceptions about magic that we get from movies and books and all those fantasy ideas about magic. Magic is not a trick or an illusion that you see on stage by magicians. Magicians have a skill for entertainment and amusement. Magic is not that. It is enjoyable, but it's not an illusion. So if you have any conceptions about magic where you feel like you can expect to levitate things, make things move, like inanimate objects, kind of like have all those cool abilities that you see in X-Men and Harry Potter and those fantasy movies, it is not that way. So don't get your hopes up that you will be able to do those things, but instead let's look at magic for what it is, which is a way to live a holistic lifestyle using your own personal energy and the energy around you to either harmonize or create change. So I want you to think of, what do you think of when you hear the word magic? Are you thinking of fantasy? Are you thinking of maybe a personal experience that you've had with nature or with an object, or maybe a spiritual experience? We all have different ideas about magic, and there is no wrong way to begin your journey with magic. So, is magic difficult to do? No, not really. Especially when you're first starting out, it may feel like magic is this grand achievement, but really it starts with the mindset. And the mindset is that you want to feel the energies around you and you want to first harmonize with them. And then your goal might be to use energy to create change. So that could be a change in your mindset, a physical change of healing, or some kind of goal like hair growth, or attaining money, or finding that relationship. So those are the kind of goals that you might want to achieve with magic. And that all might sound very, very challenging. And it doesn't have to be so. But magic does require practice, it requires mental focus, it requires some understanding of concepts about having intent and purpose and knowing what you want out of what you're doing with the energies that you're using. And that doesn't necessarily happen overnight. It really comes as you begin to layer on different energies to create what you want. So this is the perfect starting place for you as a beginner magic user to cultivate your strengths and what works for you as you begin your journey to using magic. So let's first start with understanding the basis of magic. And the common definition of magic is using energy to create change. And let's talk about what that energy is. So we are talking about the energy that makes up everything around us, the energy of nature, a natural energy of living and non-living things. If we look at that from a scientific perspective, we know that everything is made up of energy on a molecular level, and as human beings, we can sense the energetic properties of something like a crystal or a candle. And a lot of the times, a very simple way to explain magic for beginners is think about the sensations in your body. So when your body has a reaction to colors, to sounds, to touches, to the energies of an object, you are feeling the energetic properties of that object. And magic is very much rooted in the sensations of your body. And as you begin to feel the sensations of your body more, you'll start to understand those feelings as part of your total energy, and you can use your energy to interact with the energy around you. So I really hope that that kind of gives you an introduction to the idea of magic and how you are going to be interacting with the energies in your environment. So to help you connect to this idea of magic is using natural energies with your own, I want you to think of a time when you felt magical. And I'm just talking about a time when you felt connected maybe with a place, such as a place in nature, or maybe an entire region. Like you looked out into your community and you felt empowered, or maybe you were at the beach and you felt the calming energies of the water, or maybe in that moment it was the empowering energy of the ocean. It could be the energies of a thing like a crystal. You felt the vibrations of a crystal in your hand. It could be the calming effects of a plant, such as lavender, jasmine, chamomile. If you felt inclined to just sit and be with the energies of a person, place, or thing, that is magic. And it's a beautiful thing. Obviously, if you're watching this video, you are interested in magic. And when we think about magic, it's a personal choice. It's kind of like a spiritual belief, where it's something that empowers us to create a better life for ourselves. Magic is a pathway to wellness. It's a point of view that you see life from. And when you look at it that way, it really isn't about tricks or illusions or falsehoods. It's more about just being true to yourself and recognizing what moves you, what drives you forward to live the life that you want to live. And for some of us, that is magic. So if you're watching this video, just hats off to you that you are embracing yourself and you're embracing the things that make you feel good, the things that inspire you and make you feel connected to your higher power, to nature, to the grounding energies of magic. So let's continue answering this question of what is magic. We can break it down into two ways of using magic. We can break it down into magic that harmonizes with the energy of nature, and magic that uses the energy of nature to create change. So the first one, harmonizing with nature, is letting the energies that be, letting them be, and recognizing the energies for what they are in the moment and your own energy, and just trying to match that and harmonize it for peace, for wellness, for prosperity. The other type of magic, using magic for change, is spell casting. So the idea of holding energy together and kind of imbuing it with a purpose and intent, and then letting it out into the universe so that your magical wish and your intention will come true. Let's dive into these two different ideas more in more detail, and that will help you kind of see what you can expect from magic. Let's talk about using magic to harmonize with natural energy. This form of magic is very slow moving. It comes from within yourself, and you are reaching out to the energies around you, and you are saying, where are you at right now? What properties do you have that I can harmonize with? And how can we interact for the betterment of nature, of yourself, for the betterment of the universe? So this kind of magic is very accepting. It's very much a based on natural energies and just accepting where things are. So it's actually very healing. I don't want you to feel like harmonizing with nature is in any way disempowering. It's actually very empowering, because you begin to feel how nature is there for you. It is there to support you, and as you connect with it, you begin to feel like things are right in your world, that you are exactly where you need to be, and you have everything that you need to support yourself. So a very simple example of this is the idea of connecting with the nature that is outside of your home. So if you open up your heart to the nature that is outside your home, so the season, what is happening to the plants in the season that we're in, what kind of energies do you feel from the plants in your backyard? And you can bring that inside the home to think about, what kind of energies do you feel from the food you eat, from the things that you consume, from the water that you drink, and how can those things be used to harmonize your energy? So can you see how this type of magic is a very slow and very graceful form of magic? We're not trying to feel all those energies and then figure out how to use them and change them. But instead, what you're doing is you're recognizing the properties of the things around you and letting them come out and show themselves for what they are. So really simple example here, think about drinking a cup of chamomile tea. Chamomile tea has calming properties that we know are used to calm our minds and our bodies, can be helpful for stomach aches. And if we really connect with that idea that you are using the energetic property of a plant to heal yourself, that simple act of drinking tea can feel magical and can feel harmonious with natural energy. And I think what some people get disappointed with when it comes to this subtle form of magic is they want magic to be something grand, something amazing. But we're looking at the simple and the everyday things as amazing and magical, because magic is a pathway to wellness and holistic living. So we're starting to feel more spiritual and more connected in our everyday life. And I think that that is living for the long run, living in a way that supports our well-being every single day. And if we think about mindfulness, we're not always going to be at the top. We're not always going to be feeling super happy, feeling super magical, super powerful. But what we can do is create a magical practice that will empower us to feel connected on a daily basis, to feel like we have that harmonious energy with nature. So we can live our lives to the fullest in the way that we want to show up for ourselves every day. Now let's explore using magic to create change with the natural energies around you. This kind of magic is kind of more related to the fantasy magic that you see in books and movies, where there's a wizard, and that's very fanciful, right? Like fanciful. So a wizard who uses magic to release a burst of energy. Or Gandalf with his staff. So he has a magical staff and it lights up and it makes the Nazgul fly away, right? Like you're creating something out of it. And I'm sure you guys have a lot more examples that you could share of your favorite magical moments in movies, and I'd love to hear them. So this kind of magic is using the energies around you to create change and to put that magic back out into the universe. How does this work? So you have the energy in yourself and you are opening up to the energies around you, and you are breathing those energies in. You are feeling the energies fill you up and you're connecting with them. You will feel body sensations. You will feel emotional changes, and while you're doing that, you will have a intention or a focus and a goal that you want to achieve with the energy that you are bringing in. And when you're first starting out with magic, the best thing to do is just to focus on one energy that you're trying to use. So for instance, that could be the energy coming from these plants behind me. Maybe I hold one of the plants and I say, "Thank you for the energy that you bring to my life. Thank you for your calming properties," because I have lavender in this vase right here, and I'm feeling that calming energy. And let's say that my focus is on changing my mindset to be more clear. I want more clarity in my life. So I'm breathing in, I'm feeling the energy of that lavender. I can even feel it now because I've worked with it before and I know what it feels like. I'm focusing on clarity. And I invite that into my life. And then to cast the spell of clarity, I will breathe out and let it go. Let it do its work. Let it be in my environment. And that brings me a sense of peace, because I no longer have to work to hold that energy in and to hold on to the feeling of being calm. But instead, what I can do is release it in a spell that will bring calmness to my environment and to my place of being. It can be that simple using magic. It can be more complex. As you do more of it, you might bring in other energies, other crystals, candles, things that you resonate with. And that is the beauty of magic, is that you are cultivating your life in a way that works for you. And you get to explore. You get to explore this whole new way of being that feels energetic and feels special, because you know that you are connecting with the powers around you and you're making a life that is good for yourself. So, like I said before, magic is not a trick or an illusion. It's not a falsehood or a show. It is just as simple as doing yoga, practicing mindfulness. It is a way of living a holistic lifestyle that recognizes the energy in yourself and your environment, and that you have the power to interact with it to create change. And this really comes from more of an ancient wisdom that our ancestors used to use in their daily lives. And when we talk about more ancient societies, you had people who practiced magic and that was their occupation, and they were in a special skill set for it. Maybe they worked with roots and herbs. Maybe another magical person worked with the stars and astrology, and you had these people who had specialized ways of using magic. And I think it's important to honor that everyone has their own path with using magic, but the purpose is to cultivate wellness and healing and to feel like your best self. Thank you for watching. Thank you for spending your time with me and for doing something good for yourself that will help you on your path to wellness and living the life that makes you feel good every day. Please comment, please share, like the video. I would love to hear what you have to say. If you're someone who has been practicing magic, please join the conversation so I can learn from you and we can all learn from each other. Thank you and blessed be.